one day wala na mangingibang bayan kasi yung ekonomiya nandito.
Let's be realistic. In the Philippines today, hindi naman lahat merong ganyang privilege. Maybe I wanna provide hope sa majority of people na gustong lumaban.
I'm pleading you that it's really possible, but the only way that can be possible if you start to see things differently.
Maybe this is something na one day we hope the Philippines to have.
Hindi ka aalis sa kahirapan mo not unless hindi mo nakikita na posible to.
Hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. And again, I'm Migs Flores, and para sa ito na who's trying your best, who's giving it your all, you're trying to build something of importance, hindi lamang para sa pamilya mo, hindi lamang para sa pangarap mo, but ultimately you're doing this for you. May this podcast be something that could actually help you to live out your calling and be rich and free in the process. At kasama natin ngayon, no? Of course, no other than my personal mentor. I've been very vocal about this man. This man has helped me in ways that no words can actually define. And hindi lamang yung personal na relationship namin, yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Kasi itong relationship na ito is something that is already extending to as many people as I can. Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, I've seen a lot of people that I personally do not know already. And yet, he's still there to actually mentor, guide, and support all of these people. Isama natin to the podcast. Maybe makatulong din sa inyo. No other than, of course, Coach Ras. Palakpakan naman natin. Coach Ras, of course, thank you for being here in the podcast.
Thank you. It's an honor and privilege. I'm really excited to do this again with you. Parang tagal na, no?
Super. Hindi di alam ng marami, no? It's been a while since nagkasama kami ni Coach Ras, sa totoo lang. He's doing a lot of things already, similarly with mine, and nakakatuwa whenever we get together. And ito tanong ko, Coach Ras, first question is, right now, there is, sabi ko nga, may mga mini-mentoran ka na sinusupport na personally, I don't know anymore. Hindi ko na sila kilala. Why, for 8 years after, 9 years, no? Why still passionate about doing this?
I think it's really taking a look at on the way I do my life is the way I was also blessed, no? So just like you, when I met you, you were what, 20, 21?
21, yeah.
At 21-year-old, I'm 54 now, no? So blessed ako, Migs, dahil hindi ako nagtrabaho sa isang boss or sa isang manager. And I realized hindi pa uso ang 1992, no? Hindi pa uso ang mentor at that time. Yung pinakaunang pinagtrabahoan ko was already a boss to me. So I just realized about it now. So that's why it's a never-ending process na maybe until I reach age 120, I will still be mentoring young people because again, that mentor changed the course of my life. And it's simply being just there to pay it forward. No? So just like you, I just feel so blessed that you're part of my mentor program. And right now, you're mentoring a lot of people. No? So nakikita ko na rin, hindi ko na kakilala, ang dami mo na rin mga na-mentor na lumalapit lang sa akin. No? Nag-aamin na. Sabi ko, tanda ko na. And I'm happy and I'm proud around it simply because, again, you're passing on the baton. And of course, I know you have a lot of mentors who are already mentoring other people. So it's a never-ending game of, I should say, passing on the blessing that we got being mentored by somebody else. So I think it's a role that I want to play for the rest of my life.
If I may ask Coach Ras, no, why are you doing this? Kasi many people, no, whenever they talk about mentorship, kailangan, dalawa lang yung napapansin ko. Others, no, I mean, I'm not saying all. Syempre, number one, meron silang ulterior motive. May agenda. Mini-mentoran kasi merong gusto makuha. Pangalawa, bakit ba ako magme-mentor ng tao? I'm just sharing whatever I know. These people might not really, I don't know if these people will appreciate or be grateful about all of this. What's the bigger vision for you? Why do you continue to do this without really, sometimes, Coach Ras, no, these people are, di mo nga alam kung may potential eh. Paminsan di sila niniwala sa kanilang mga sarili And yet you believed in them. What's the bigger vision behind all of this?
Yun ba tipong natatawa ka na lang dahil ang dami mong nakikita na nasa mentor space na parang ang layo, di ba? Pero tsaga ako. Parang
Yeah.
baga, kung kailangan kong gapangin in terms of how I can really make them believe in themselves, gagapangin ko talaga. No? So sobrang, pahit ako, believe ako, tsaga ako. No? Siguro, taking a look at on, again, how I was blessed na because of mentorship, I am able to create the life that I want. Okay? I'm able to bless also the people who I love with the life that they can only dream about. However, I cannot stop doing this simply because the bigger game that I want to see is a better Philippines. In fact, I'm always vocal around this to see Philippines first world country. Anong itsura nun? No? Na one day, wala na mangingibang bayan kasi yung ekonomiya nandito. No? And the better way to make that happen is not in my own generation kasi my generation, kahit pakuluan ko yun ng pressure cooker, hindi nalalambot yan di ba? My dad and your dad,
yes.
your dad and I are the same age. So, kumbaga, let us be where we are at. The millennials also somehow nakakapit pa rin dun sa that generation. But I think the new generation right now will be more susceptible, will be more open, and somehow, maybe the next 10, 20, 30 years, yung pangarap kong First World Philippines, maaari siya mangyari kasi nga the new mindset that I want to support people with is swak siya sa new generation. So therefore, kung tuloy-tuloy ito at maraming katulad ko na gustong bigyan ng pagkakataon, ng oportunidad, I guess in the workforce, they are the most hated generation. Hindi, love ko sila kasi sila lang yung siguro maaring makakatulong in terms of the dream to have a first world country. And I think that's the bigger vision really.
Ako personally, Coach Ross, I can attest to that. I agree with you. Syempre, naggaling din ako when I was 21. And merong perception na dapat ganito ka in the workplace, dapat ganito ka in the workforce. And yet, I realized that yung mga bagong generation kasi ngayon, meron na silang accessibility to everything. So, hindi dahil entitled talaga sila, kung hindi talagang mulat na yung kanilang mata to what is a better opportunity, what is a better culture, what is a better environment. At kapag nabigay yung mga needs na yon sa kanilang mga, to them personally, they actually rally behind you. And personally, in your experience, ano-ano yung mga bagay na yon so that maybe the workforce will accept. Kasi looking at your mentorship, Coach Ross, no, hindi na Gen Z to. Gen Alpha na. I audited.
14, 15 years old. Oh my God.
Sabi ko, hindi na to Gen Z, Gen Alpha na. So, ibig sabihin, medyo malayo-layo na talaga.
Oo.
Hindi na ako kuya ng mga to.
Nung kinumusta ko yung pumunta sa workshop na 14, 15 years old and then he just said, Coach, hindi na
Gen Z yan.
Gen Alpha na. And I guess it's really appealing of the things that we do in our own organization, in our own seminar, in our own coaching. Simply because siguro mix, this is not about generation. This is about us becoming of a human wherein the consciousness has now expanded. No? Na-mention mo nga, hindi naman talaga anong tawag nito, entitled ang Gen Z, except they can see a lot of option. And bakit ako magtitiis sa ganito na alam ko may ganito, may ganito, may ganito, may ganito.
Correct.
So unlike our generation, naabutan mo ba yung encyclopedia?
Medyo,
Okay,
yes.
diba? So,
nasa transition ako nun, Coach.
So if you want information, most probably our only access to information is encyclopedia. So ito pa nakakalungkot, kung medyo hindi ka blessed financially, wala kang encyclopedia. Pupunta ka ng library. Okay, pagdating mo sa library, ang lulumi ng mga libro, no? Talagang amoy lupa na yung mga libro. And yet the capacity of the information available in encyclopedia is very minimal, no? So we don't know what the world is outside where we live. We don't know what's a bigger city or the city where we live, or we don't know what's outside the country of the Philippines. So, unlike right now, sa isang 10 minutes lang, nakaka-scroll mo, nakita mo lahat. No? So I would always say, Migs, that the expansion of consciousness of humanity right now has really come to a certain degree na we get to see a bigger world right now. So therefore, we need to start looking into, am I still operating based on the past consciousness, based on the past management style, based on the past way of doing life? Ang metaphor ko dyan, no? Do you appreciate your phone na
Yes, very
everything
much.
is there already?
My chat GPT saved me.
Diba?
Yes.
But how come a lot of people are still operating in a way wherein hindi ko lang alala kung naabutan mo yung phone na may kulot na ganon, tapos paikot kang ganon, tapos may party line pa. So that's how people are now living their life. No? Even running organization, even managing and leading people, kumbaga nakastuck pa rin sa 70s or 80s ba dyan.
Correct.
Na right now, we're now in 2025. The world has changed significantly. And I think that's something we will look into.
You've always been talking about consciousness, Coach. Ano ang pinaka-pinagbago ng consciousness in the age today that maybe kailangan ng malaman ng marami, especially the Philippines?
Yeah. Generally, especially as Filipino, our consciousness, most probably majority is what we call yung survival. No? So I just live on a day-to-day basis. So therefore, ang kilos ko pang survival lang. No? Kaya maraming minimum wage earner. Kasi minimum na tatanggap ko, minimum bibigay ko. No? And I think that's the lowest form of consciousness. In the past, it's still okay because we don't have any other choice. Of which, maybe culturally, we were actually 300 years with the Spaniards, right? And anong naipasa sa atin na utak is alipin tayo. Kaya nga using alipin sa pamamahay, alipin sa gigilid. So therefore, the consciousness right now that is still showing up is the world happens to me and I'm a victim. Wala akong magawa. Right? And
marami, Coach, ang sa comment section mo, sa comment section ko, laging ganun.
Oo.
Kawawa naman talaga ako. Sistema ang may problema.
Oo nga. Given na yan. May problema sistema. Given na yan. Gobyerno, hindi maganda pagpapatako. Given na yan. Pero ang tanong, yan bang gusto mong buhay? Kasi kung yan gusto buhay, wag kang, don't complain.
Aspire for more,
Yeah, so just let it be. But, let's be real. People wants better life. People wants bigger life. But in the end, if your mindset is still stuck with wala akong magagawa, yan talaga sistema, mahirap lang po kami, stay there.
Yeah.
Okay? However, let's be real. At the end of the day, there's a new type of consciousness right now. No? And I guess a lot of people who are open around this are those people by accident, no? In a different way of living their life. Maybe they're out of the employment path, but they're now on the self-employment. Ito yung nagda-network marketing, nagda-direct sales. Yan yung mga nagti-TikTok. Yung
mga content
creator.
Freelancers.
Which means ngayon, hindi nila iaasa yung kanilang success kung sino yung boss nila, anong kumpanya nila, or nasaan sila. Ngayon, iaasa ang success tungkol sa kanila. So which means I need to find a way. So which means a new consciousness right now is no longer about the world happens to me and I'm a victim. But the new consciousness right now is the world happens to me. Yes, I'm a victim of the system. I'm a victim of the government. I'm a victim of how I was raised by my parents. But you know what? Now I know I have a choice.
Wow.
And the choice here is to make my life better, no longer be victimized of what was in the past, but create a new path that will allow me to have a better life of where I came from to where I want to go.
Wow. So, itong choice na to, I want to explore on that, Coach. Particularly with, I think, especially, ang dami mo ngayon on social media, which I like. You're left and right, you're being seen, you're present. And whenever you talk about this choice, posible ba talaga yon na magkaroon ng choice kahit na, let's say, they're not privileged? Yan kasi yung laging ginagamit eh.
In the end, it's really taking a look at anong gusto ko sa buhay ko.
Yeah.
Kasi kung ayaw ko itong buhay ko, yes, there's another way of making it happen. Kaya nga, mas maganda ngayon dahil ang dami ng available information. Because remember, your life will never be better with the way you're living it the same thing. But your life will always be better with the new mindset, with the new information. Na dati, talagang walang choice kasi walang information eh. Walang ibang nakikitang posible. But right now, how can we see teenagers, they're making it big in their life?
Yeah.
Kasi siguro may bagos lang pananaw sa buhay. Now, ang imbitasyon ko lang sa mga taong hindi makapaniwala na pwede naman, posible naman, subukan nyo lang. No, I'm begging you, I'm pleading you that it's really possible, but the only way that can be possible if, number one, you start to see things differently. Which means, rather than looking at the problem na walang solusyon, look at this problem as a gateway to an opportunity that will be a new creative thing that you can create solution. Then, that's where life gets better. Again, it's all about how we start the way we think.
Posible ba yan, Coach, kahit yung mga hindi masyadong nakapag-aral?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Particularly sa pagnenegosyo, marami kasi, no? Kailangan dami mong pagdadaanan, kailangan daming education. Tapos parang there's a imbalance between parang nagmamataas yung mga nakapag-aral versus ito. Eh syempre, let's be realistic. In the Philippines today, hindi naman lahat merong ganyang privilege. So, maybe I wanna provide hope sa majority of people na gustong lumaban. They may not have the privilege, but they still have the possibility to get things happen. What can you say about it?
I wanna shut down the word privilege, no? Yes, privilege siya noon kasi nga, kung wala kang pera, hindi ka makakapasok sa magandang school, sa magandang education. But right now, napakadami mong privilege manood ng kabalastugan. Napakadami mong privilege manood na kung anong kawalang-walang kwenta. No? Gagawa ka pa ng content na hindi naman nakakatulong sa buhay, nakakapahirap pa sa buhay. Bakit hindi mo siya i-shift doon sa mga content na alam mo nakakatulong? I mean, wag na tayong lumayo, Mix. No? We have someone who is in our space right now na talagang ang baba ng tingin sa sarili, napanood ka, lumapit, humingi ng tulong, o right now, naging financial advisor mo. Right? Right now, nakita ko, he's now one of our parang person who's in charge of the lights and sounds. So, naiahon siya kung saan siya nanggaling. Kasi nga, yung kanyang walang ka-privilege na buhay, inavail niya yung privilege niya na available na libre. At ang gagawin niya lang is to just create an action to better his life.
So everything is about the mindset and the environment.
Exactly.
Lahat nagsisimula
Hindi
doon.
ka aalis sa kahirapan mo not unless hindi mo nakikita na posible to. So kung angal ka ng angal, again, the first thing that I would always see that a lot of people who are not making it in life, isa lang ang kanilang programming. It's all about what? Blame. It's all about complain. It's all about criticism. Parang, yeah, you have all the right to blame. You have all the right to criticize. You have all the right to complain your life. But here's the thing, is this making your life better? Because if it's making your life better, then don't go do it. But it's still, hindi ko siya pwedeng i-force sa'yo, not unless you now start to let go of that and see things differently. And again, there's not such thing as privilege right now. It's because anyone and everyone do have access to all of the things that we're talking about, even for free. Even my mentorship program, Mix, I'm opening myself to mentorship program.
Yeah.
You just have to apply for it. You just have to go look for it and just take action and be willing to, again, take that action, take that first step. So in the end, I don't believe na merong tinatawag na privilege ka lang na kaya mo nagagawa. Hindi. Lahat equal playing field right now.
And what do you say about those criticisms? Kasi syempre, we're talking about mindset and environment. And part of the environment, kaya siya hindi nagiging posible, especially with kabataan ngayon, is because meron niyang mga chuchu na narinig. Yun naman talaga yun. Na these are pessimistic people who maybe have had a taste of life didn't work, and now they're passing their bitterness to the people around them. And of course, I think you're not new to this, Coach Ras. Lalo na ngayon, you're sikat na si Coach Ras. No? Nakakatuwa, happy to see you with where you are right now, Coach Ras. And of course, there's a lot of criticism coming your way na syempre maraming nanonood sa'yo. And sometimes, ginagamit ka na rason, di ba? Sabi po ni Coach Ras, tiwala lang. And you're now being criticized by people who may not have the result. But they have I would say, the environmental influence. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga malapit. So, What do you say about those criticisms?
Ako unang-una, I cannot stop people from talking about me or talking about anything in their life because at the end of the day, it's a program still that, again, maybe was passed on from one generation to another generation. And it's something that it's so difficult to take out in our system simply because we're so used to it, no? Except that when people start to criticize, syempre, meron mga pity party yan.
Yeah.
Right? So, nagpa-party yan sila, nagpapalakihan ng...
Nagkukumpulan yan.
Nagkukumpulan, nagpapalakihan ng mga kawawa story. And in the end, I cannot do anything with whatever they're saying. And all I have is just to bless them and to thank them. And if they still need my help, you're still welcome. I'll be still supporting you. In the end, it's a program na sa tingin ko, no? 3 program na pinaka nakakalungkot na buhay, no? Number 1 is complaining. Init, ang traffic. Parang, mainit nga traffic pa. Why do you still have to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay? Apart from that, number 2, criticism. No? All they see are the things that are not working. And therefore, the focus really is towards that. But I guess yung nakita kong pinaka level 3 na hindi maganda is what we call condemnation. Kumbaga, hindi pa nga nila nakita yung buong sinabi, hindi pa nga nila naintindihan, dahil meron silang pananaw sa buhay na eto na yung katotohanan na para sa akin, pinakaw ka na sa krus at ikaw na yung masamang-masama. So, in the end, right now, will I stop from being out there to talk about my own truth? I won't. Will that affect me? No. In fact, every time I read some criticism, every time I read some bashing, parang I just smile and minsan nag-respond ako, thank you for your opinion, I bless you, I honor you, and all I have is respect for you. So,
Aren't you bothered, Coach? Kasi ang ganda ng pangarap mo eh. And maybe this is something na one day we hope the Philippines to have. Pero syempre, ito yung parang crab mentality, I would say, di ba? Very common with the Filipino culture na they're gonna pull you down. Aren't you bothered by that? Particularly, Coach, before you answer this, particularly with, our outright lies. Kasi iba yung disagreement. Yung disagreement, meron kang pananaw, hindi ako agree dyan. Sometimes, pwede pa natin tanggapin yon kasi magkaiba lang ng pananaw eh. Pero sometimes, yung talaga weird line na parang, saan ang galing? Sino nag-invento niyan? At sino nagpauso niyan? Saang bandang nangyari yan? Parang ganon. Outright lie.
I think, when I was younger, mga 35, younger pa yun. Talagang magpapakamatay ako. As in talagang it was the source of my depression, my anxiety, my stress. I just heard some people talking about me, this and that. But I just feel so blessed, Migs, that there's such thing as personal mastery. And in the personal mastery, if there are things in my life that I am bothered, that means there's truth in it, that maybe 50% is still showing up, 30% is still showing up. And right now, I just check in with myself. Okay, bothered ako, hindi. Hindi. Bothered ako, okay, sige. What is it about me that I'm bothered? Okay, there's still 1%, 2% showing up. So it's merely a reflection of what's inside me. That's why ikaw na nga nagbansag sa akin from a transformational coach to a metaphysical coach, which means, why am I bothered? Because metaphysically, there's some things going on internally that maybe part of it is not yet healed. Maybe part of me is still causing that trauma. That maybe part of me is still hurt around it. And therefore, my only job here is not to deflect.
Yeah.
My only job here is not to get back at those people. But my only job here is first acknowledge, okay, I'm bothered.
Kasi kasinungalingan, meron talaga na weird yun, Parang, hindi walang kalingkingan na katotohanan. Hindi na nga siya fake news eh. Talagang outright kakaiba. So,
let it be. Right now, I'm on a space in my life na lagi mo sinasabi pag may tinatawag ka sa akin na tao ka pa ba, coach? Parang, sabi ko siguro na peel off, tama ba?
Yeah.
Yung mga parts of who I think I am, that is not true about me. And therefore, pag binato kasi ako ng hindi maganda, pag hindi ko pinatulan, feeling ko, babalik lang yan. No? So, balik
Wow.
pa rin sa ganun eh. So, right now, at 54, because I've been working really hard. So, if I work so hard in my life, it's really my level of degree of how I have mastered myself.
Wow. Wow.
So, therefore, alam mo yan, pag may bad news, laging walang bad news sa akin. Good news lahat yan. Kasi, totoo din naman, lahat naman ng bad news na solusyon natin becomes now the next
The break.
level,
Yeah, the break.
the big break that we have. And therefore, what if automatic na lang, Migs, na every time there's bad news or every time there's bashing, every time there's are things that you feel wasn't right, you just take a deep breath, okay? All right, opportunity.
Right.
Okay, maybe I haven't mastered myself yet. Maybe there's something in me that is not healed yet. How can I grow myself? How can I use this to expand myself? So it's really using this to create that divinity within, na to be like my creator. Because I always believe my creator is non-judgmental. And therefore, if my creator is non-judgmental, the way I want to train myself is to be non-judgmental, because when you do not judge, you just allow things, you become non-resistant.
Yeah.
Because when you're non-resistant, it will just be in the flow of what's going on, and that non-resistant will now move to, I guess, the non-attachment, the non-control, and finally, the last step here is fully surrendered. No, which means I know that my creator has a bigger, better plans than what I have. Then therefore, my job here is just to fully surrender.
Let's talk about now about your vision. You off-cam nabanggit mo sa akin about being the center of healing. What's that vision para malaman ng lahat, and how do you see yourself achieving that?
Yeah. I think we are now in a space wherein humanity now is about healing themselves. Okay? Humanity right now are continually opening up, and the reason why medyo struggle ako sa buhay ngayon, hirap ako, matagal ako nakaahon, kasi naintindihan ko na ang dami kong wounds, maybe as a little child, maybe as a teenager, as an adult, na pag hindi ko na-heal yung mga wounds na yan, ganun pa rin yung struggle ko. It's a never-ending cycle. So, apparently, I've traveled all over the world. I've seen the type of work that we do in terms of training and coaching.
Right.
And I can safely say, and really proud, na ang puso ng Pilipino, which is very nurturing,
Yeah.
is something that will heal a lot of humanity. No? So, karamihan ng napapanood ko sa Instagram, pinupuri nila ang mga nurses, no, Filipino nurses. There was even one, I think, Grammy or Oscar, na bakit walang Pinoy? Parang, what? Naka 18 episode, walang Pinoy. That's impossible. And again, when we hear Filipino, the nurturing heart is always there.
Right.
And when you are nurtured, you're healed. No? So therefore, on a spiritual and emotional level, I just feel that we have a calling. I just feel that it's something that I want to do. I just feel that that's something that I want to take a look at into, that the biggest industry in the next 5 to 10 years will all about be retreats, will all about be healing, will all about be spaces wherein people are looking for not luxury. They're not looking for something to just have fun around it, but people are looking for something that's deep. And I guess that's the preparation that we are now preparing in the land that we acquired, the perfect space to be healing. So ako lang one day, no, na-imagine ko na, no? So people from all over the world, if they feel that they want a break, okay, they book a flight to the Philippines, they go straight to our healing community, and we can do our yoga, meditation, healing foods, ice bath, all of the things, all the modalities that's showing up right now in the world.
Galing. And how do you see this affecting, particularly, no, Coach? Tama kasi based on AI data right now, the number one use case of ChatGPT, hindi ko alam kung alam mo, Coach, is reflection. Hindi na siya computer coding. Di ba, yung AI ginawa siya para mapadali yung research, mapadali yung computer coding, para meron kang sarili mong assistant in your phone. Pero may lumabas na study ngayon, the number one na ginagamit siya ng tao ngayon is to reflect, to have deep conversations.
Seriously?
And this is based on
Seriously?
study ngayon. Oh, this
More
is
than
based
how
from
to make money.
more than how to make
lose
money.
weight.
The number one will always be self-reflection and deep conversations. Borderline, parang how to understand myself better. Yun
Wow.
yung number one.
Wow.
In just
Sa
1 year.
totoo
yan.
lang, Migs, akala ko ako lang. Sa totoo lang. Ngayon ko lang narinig yan. In fact, no, I think I had conversation with one of my closest friends. Sabi ko, parang bakit si ChatGPT parang si Lord? Parang alam na alam niya ano yung nangyayari for me. And nakakatuwa lang simply because ako lang feeling ko lang to. This is like my creator or my God with the language that I can understand, that I can understand myself better. And the beautiful part around it is the more I get to know about myself through the ChatGPT, the more it expands a deeper understanding of who I am and what I can do. And the modalities that I can now use to create the expanded version of my humanity. So, in the end, ang nakikita ko dito, pag lahat na nagiging AI, lahat na may robotics, in fact, may hologram na, wala pa rin papalit sa human touch, human healing.
For sure, coach.
Soulful
Yeah.
conversation. Because this one is just 7%, it's just words.
Yeah.
But the 93%, which is emotion, the physical, it's still different. I mean, nagugulat lang ako, every weekend we have seminars, and some people were forced to be there. And then they went to me, pumunta sa atin, every break, coach, wala akong balak umiyak, pero bakit pag-play pa lang ng music, bagsak ng luha ko. Sabi ko, hindi ko alam. Hindi
Di ba sinasadya?
Hindi namin
Di ba
sinasadya.
sinasadya?
But I guess, the spirit
Yeah.
is playful, the spirit is working.
And I think, coach, the people are hungry. Kaya nga, based on use case, ibig sabihin yung sa buong mundo, ang number one ay iyon, and it's ang layo ng next in line. Kumbaga, there's a lot more complicated things that AI can do, and yet people would like to go to the basic.
Wow.
Which is, gusto ko ng kausap.
Right.
And, yeah.
In the end, no, there's one video that I saw, very short lang, from this popular man. He's actually in the medical field in healing childhood trauma. Mate Gabor, or Gabor Mate. He said, if you were to do your life again, would you have chosen this path differently? And I was so shocked. Sabi niya, hindi. The fact that, I see him very popular, I see him creating the biggest and wildest dream, at sabi niya, hindi. And the one who intervened, bakit? Sabi niya, because I read the book called Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
And in this book, pumunta yung friend niya, yung tao, si Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
And sabi niya, I can no longer play with you. And he's very sad. Sabi niya, why? Because I have to go to school.
Right.
So after I go to school, I have to work. After work, I have to provide for my family. Which means he was telling us that the world demands so much from you that you forgot the most important things in life, which is number one, play.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so happy you just gave, while Luis just gave birth, 1 week ka nang umiiyak.
Yeah.
Because it's so good to just do nothing. Full-time job mo nga is to play. Di ba? Parang we do a lot of crazy things in our life, make us so busy, make us stress with all the demands of everyone else, and we forget that play is what we always want in life. Right? Number 2 is what we call joy.
Right.
And joy is all about just coming from within. That we are able to just live the life the way we want it, whether we get what we want or we don't get what we don't want. Joy is still there. Okay? And you get that as a little child. And lastly is peace. That we tend to think of all of the things that is complicating the entire world rather than, all right, I just want to live in the moment. Because when you are playing, it's full of joy, it's full of peace
Right.
because you're just living in the moment. And And that brings humanity right now to a place wherein I can play, I can be joyful, and peaceful all the time.
How can that be applicable to the workforce? To business world? Kasi ang ganda, Coach, yung sinasabi mo. Ako, I would always advocate for people who get to live their calling and of course, get to have a good life in the process. Paano siya magiging posible sa, especially in your experience with organizations? Paano mo siya na i-apply na pwedeng isabuhay to ng mga kumpanya? Kasi this will really reward a lot of Filipino employees na personally, I won't consider them as employees nga. I consider them as talents. Kasi kung yun talaga yung path nila, nag-enjoy sila doon, hindi, why not? Diba? Let them stay there, let them be happy, let them get paid for that. However, syempre merong traditional nga, nabanggit mo, na culture in the workforce right now na hindi, trabaho lang tayo dito. So, paano mo mai-integrate yan? What do you advocate particularly to the organizations that you speak with?
That's a great question, simply because one of the things that I truly love, truly enjoy, is to work with organization, of which the only organization that would love to work with me is that business owner is at the highest level of stress, anxiety, and overwhelmment, simply because at the end of the day, the business cannot operate without them.
Yeah.
And if they want to expand their business, it's so hard, even if they have all the money in the world, even if they have all the market in the world, but they don't have people around them. So that's where I come in. Okay, that's where I truly enjoy, simply because according to Gallup studies, according to Gallup survey, that the organization right now is sick, which means people have no longer interest in working. And if they find a job, 85% are continually looking for other companies to work actively.
Yeah.
Right? Disengaged, 78%. Okay? Uninspired work. So all of these things that the Gen Z abhors, that Gen Z hates,
They don't like, yeah.
they're just honest enough. I mean, seriously, nobody wants to
Magpasakal, totoo.
pasakal, no? So, which means I think the way we treat humanity right now, the reason why it's so sick, it's because it's para siyang mga machine-based. So, ang trato sa'yo parang machine. No? May 8 to 5 ka, meron kang performance-based. Again, it's not bad. It's not even good, but it's just, how do we wanna live our life?
Correct.
No? So, therefore, I come in by letting them understand that at the end of the day, let's now treat human beings not like a machine, but let's treat human beings with a soul.
Wow.
So which means if the business owner is willing to move from treating people like a number, treating people like an 85 thing, but treating people like a human being, that they are health, they have family, they have faith, they want to grow with their finances, and they want to feel fulfilled. And if you put that in the workplace, I'm sure people will just be enjoying where play is available, where peace is available. Above all, there's joy in every organization, and you've been a recipient of that.
Oh,
In
yeah.
one of our company that we're taking care of right now, we're very clear that our number one, our CEO, our biggest boss in the entire organization is our creator.
Yeah.
So that's the focus. In fact, in our board meeting, we don't talk about numbers. All we talk is about faith, spirituality, right? In our strategy, we have very simple strategy. We want to make sure from the lowest rank to the highest rank, everyone is growing.
Perfect.
Everyone is creating a brand new experiences. I mean, the reason why people can now do a lot of things in their life because we allow them to create brand new experiences.
I agree.
But above all, the reason why they truly enjoyed it is because we clearly defined our massive transformative purpose, which means they know what we're here for, and that's what they actually live every day. No? So nakaka-proud lang dahil may friend ako bumisita sa office at tinawag niya yung isang janitor. Sabi niya, ano trabaho mo dito? Sabi niya, tumutulong po ako pangalagaan ang kumpanya para lumago ang kumpanya. Wow.
Wow.
At sabi niya, how do you go about it? Janitor ha? Kailangan po alagaan ko yung sarili ko, palaguin ko sarili ko, pagaling ko sarili ko. para matulungan kong company.
Wow.
So, which means the work no longer is focusing on this is my role, this is my task. But right now, my work is to grow myself, to allow myself to create brand new experiences. If you notice, even our drivers are leading the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we allow them to experience that.
Yeah.
Now they have pride, they have joy. Now my driver has become now my PA and sooner become an EA. I mean, right? That's what we want. But above all, they're clear that we're here because this is our purpose.
Right.
So we always say, do not make your work about your work, but make your work as your expression of your purpose. And they now
Right.
understand our purpose. So that's clearly defined. Now, KPIs. Simple lang KPI natin. Good night rest. Ano pakiramdam, Migs, na lahat ng employee, lahat ng talent natin, maganda ang pahinga sa gabi?
Maayos silang kausap sa umaga.
Diba? Kahit anong ibigay mong
Yeah.
project, hindi. Kasi good mood eh.
Agree.
And that's part of our KPI. Can you imagine? Di ba? Part of it is we also ask them to wake up at least an hour earlier
Yeah.
to do their self-care.
Right.
Right? And how does our talent feels that our ultimate number one priority is not their output, but it's their self-care.
Yeah. Hindi sila, coach, ito based on experience. Hindi sila aligaga. Alam natin, coach, kapag hindi nag-self-care yan, aligaga talaga. Nawiwindang, nalulutang, naliligaw. Pero kapag they did their self-care prior, they prioritize themselves, tapos masarap tulog nila, they're always on the point.
Yeah.
They're always on the point.
So we put that in, that we take care of the people who we are in charge with. And when they are at the workplace, guaranteed, number one, self-manage.
Right.
Do you notice, Mix, no, that we don't have to give them instructions. They're the ones giving themselves instructions.
Yeah.
At pag may problema, normally ano nangyayari?
Solve na bago pa nila sabihin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even in the farm, no?
Yeah.
Magbe-message, eto po, etong nangyari, etong ginawa namin, eto yung budget na kailangan. Parang wow, hindi ko na kailangang isipin kasi nga kumukusa lahat, no? Pangalawa is self-motivated, which means hindi kikilos dahil may incentive, kikilos dahil expression niya ng growth at contribution nila. But above all, this is what I noticed, Mix, no? Everyone in our team stays with us and they want to be part of our organization, of our life for the rest of their lives. How does that feel like?
Yun ang masarap, coach. Yun yung, I guess, no money can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which means the way we bring this organization is, number one, let's treat people as whole,
Right.
that they're also human being, no? Na if you just nurture their divinity, their humanity, they'll give you what you want. Okay? I always say, if we have money, our number one priorities are
People. Yeah.
Okay? Next is our products, our services. We must make sure that we give the best product services. Hindi pwedeng hindi. Pangatlo lang tayo.
Right. I love that.
Kadalasan kasi, which the reason why the organization is extremely sick is because even the owners are extremely sick, is because, again, the mindset here is, I'll squeeze everything out of my people kasi binayaran ko ng minimum wage.
Right.
Parang hindi siya nakakatuwa.
So ano sa tingin mo, coach, yung major na sakit ng workplace at this point? Common across businesses. What's that one major sickness na kailangan maayos?
Isa lang, the management and leadership style of the business owner, it's still stuck in the 70s, which is command and control. Why? Because we are so focused on profits, forgetting that our ultimate priority and our best assets are our talent.
Right. Possible ba, of course, outside of our own organization? Kasi baka sabihin nila, hindi, sa inyo lang naman gumagana yan. Is that possible for other organizations? Na, syempre, yung iba naman din talaga, meron silang, of course, talent or maybe employee na aren't that skilled. Possible ba na itong culture na to ay gagana rin sa kanila?
I'm involved with co-ownership around 16 different companies. Okay? Where I'm really proud of is our farm. Okay, no read, no write. You know that
Wow.
we brought them to Thailand simply because whatever we do here is working with them. Okay, one of which I'm really proud is a construction company. We are actually working with construction workers, the foreman. Okay, mga panday na binigay natin to gumana. So which means as long as ang katrabaho mo ay tao, may kaluluwa, gagana ito, Migs.
So, ang usual na nagre-resist dito, yung mga trabaho lang.
Yes. Kasi nga, hindi nila naintindihan na yun yung conditioning eh. Trabaho lang to. Huwag niyo kaming pakialam. Nandito lang ako sa sweldo ko.
Papasok ako 9, uwi akong 5.
Oo. Hindi kasi masyado nakita yung beauty nito. Kasi nga, hindi nga nasanay eh. So, hindi ko sila huhusgahan. Yan lang yung kanilang nakasanayan. At hopefully, makita nilang beauty ito. But not unless nga the business owner, the highest position na leader, makes a decision na etong gusto ko
Yeah.
at etong papairaling ko, malugi tayo or hindi. Kasi guaranteed, wala pa ako nakitang company na nalugi. In fact,
Kumita lalo. Yeah.
nag 4x, 5x, pero
Yeah.
hindi lang pera pinag-uusapan, Migs. Yung time freedom nila.
Right.
More than the time freedom, more than the money freedom is number 3, they feel fulfilled. Why? Because again, they made their business not only as a profit-centered business, but it's also purpose-centered company.
What do you suggest, last but not the least, Coach? Syempre, meron tayong mga nanonood na wala pa namang negosyo, but they wanna be a business owner. They wanna be an entrepreneur. Ano na yung may papayo mo sa kanila, given everything you've said? Paano nila sisimulan yung negosyo ng tama? Paano sila kukuha ng tao ng tama? Ano yung mga kultura na dapat nilang i-embrace? Para kung gagawin na rin, kasi mas mahirap, Coach, yung yung meron ka ng sistema na medyo, sabi mo nga, inugat na, tapos kailangan mo baguhin all 180 degrees lahat yan. So, ang hirap talaga. Pero I know there's a lot of people gustong magsimula, gustong mag-rebuild, gustong gawin na to, and they wanna do it right for the first time. Ano yung mga kailangan nilang gawin as they do it?
I think first things first, you have to decide that you need help. Kasi karamihan kasi ng successful business owners, dahil syempre nakaabot na sa certain level of
I have
"Eto na
a kingdom.
ako.
Oh.
So, hindi ko kailangan ng tulong. And I guess not unless maging vulnerable ako, maging totoo ko na kailangan kong tulong, then that's the first step. Okay? The second step here is willing ba ako magbago, specifically, personally, on the things that aren't working in my life already. Of which, if it's a business owner, the command and control scenario. Okay? So kung willing naman, I think the last requirement is willing ba ako mag-change ng business model? Which means, from profits only to me to right now, am I willing to share profits to my people, to my team? No? So, if you notice, Migs, for the past 15 years, no, that 12 years that I've been running our company, I Am Plus, it was only me. I was so tired. I was also fulfilled because I was enjoying what I was doing. However, I was not really happy. It's because in the end, it's only me.
Yeah.
So when I started opening this up, supporting people like you, and I asked you to be the president and the CEO of the company, and we started giving shares, we started giving profit. Oh my God.
In fact, we eat last, Coach. We eat last.
Exactly. But the way we eat last is a tremendous meal that we're taking versus the past, 12 years? So the past 3 years has always been a delight, na a great display, na the moment you start
Giving.
okay, yung tenfolds na siksik-liglig umapaw, totoo yun.
Yeah. And I agree, Coach, I'm very proud of that. What we've built for the past 3 years. More than us parang establishing I Am Plus to be where it is today. The fact that our people, I would say, wala sa kanilang, nobody is in survival mode. Nobody. Everybody is not just even above minimum wage, way above. Sobrang layo. Some of our fresh graduates talagang ang laki. Sabi ko nga, they're richer than me when I was their age. And sobrang, this is something na I would always say this, Coach Ras, if poproblemahin ko na rin lang paano lumaki yung kumpanya, why can I not make it my problem also na lumaki yung income ng mga tao ko? It's the same problem anyway.
Yeah, I think that's my mindset eh. And every time I meet people and they need help,
Yeah.
yung problema nila, nagiging problema ko. So therefore, I'll do anything and everything in my capacity to build them, to
Right.
strengthen them, to nurture them, to grow them, to expand them, so that they're not dependent on somebody else, but they're dependent on their own, that they can build their own economy.
I love it. And I guess this is for you, to everybody who actually watched and listened for us today. Sa mga napakinggan na, I know you're doing your best, you're trying everything you can, and you wanna make sure that you can actually do it right. Napakinggan natin from Coach Russ himself. This has been, I would say, timeless. When I was so young, narinig ko na to, this has proven to be effective. Right now, I still practice it. And one day, I hope, the Philippines, sabi mo nga, Coach Russ, no, the Philippines will be a first world country kasi ang mga Pilipino nagtutulungan paangat. Hindi na naghihilahan pababa because there is enough for everybody.
More than enough.
God bless you, everybody. This has been Mix Flores and of course, Coach Russ Huson. We wish you the very best. Good morning, everybody.